it now. And now is the vibrate. That boy good. That boy good. Now it's the vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now we're gonna talk about Carnelian and Onyx, but also reason why I'm doing these two crystals together, talking about them together, because we're also gonna show you how, in essence, they do occur together in nature as another popular crystal known as SardOnyx. If you can see it, I try to focus. Let me take my face away. Maybe it'll focus on this. But you could kind of see it. But SardOnyx. Matter of fact, sorry y'all. I just want to see if I can. Yeah, there it go. That's a nice little focus right there. You could see that Carnelian fans in the. But Onyx, matter of fact, in most cases, Onyx is not just completely black. In most cases, it's like just extremely dark brown. But this is SardOnyx, and the name Sard is at one time what they would call Carnelian. And matter of fact, it's probably when they go to looking at Aaron's breastplate and stuff like that, when they hear the name Sard, it's associated with Carnelian. But with some of those names are interchangeable, because like they're safe and Sard, and then some people say it probably could be garnet or other crystals too. But also I was thinking about another one, like tourmaline is like squirrel, like squirrel, or I don't know if I'm saying right, SCHORL, you know what I'm saying? That was like the ancient name for that, so it probably, if you've seen that in any ancient text or whatever, that was tourmaline, But basically Carnelian is like a chalcedony. And matter of fact, please, that video is super old. Now video is getting that old. I did a video a while back, matter of fact, still in Baton Rouge, on this video on the difference between agate and jasper. Check that out. It should be in my crystal vibrations playlist. But where I speak about chalcedony is basically like microcrystalline quartz, and that may have different inclusions in it. Whether lightly, inclusions, and then two, if it's real dense inclusions in that sense, then that makes it jasper. Where basically it's more of the inclusion itself than the actual microcrystalline quartz. Kind of like ocean jasper, like where it has the microcrystalline parts in it, but it's also like earthy material, as well, like other elements that are more solid, and then you get a gate. So basically, a gate is a chalcedony with bands on it. So, in which, in essence, you might get some agate. So, say for instance, you might have some agate that's called chalcedony just off of the strength that you can't visibly see the lines. And say for instance, if somebody tumbled a stone and they tumbled the part that doesn't have no bands in it, but it comes from a banded stone, technically that's still a gate, you know what I'm saying? But you'll get it and see it like, oh, this is a chalcedony because it don't have no bands, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too, with I don't think enough of people realizing with that situation. So I mean, they all kind of, long story short, they all kind of fall under chalcedony or gate type of vibe, and just the difference with the Jasper have heavier inclusions. But I digress. Carnelian is a chalcedony that contains iron. Iron. Matter of fact, any crystals, anything in nature, honestly, with the color red, man. Red is associated with the iron. Also associated with Mars, and Carnelian actually, I think, is associated with the vibration of Mars. Mars, that warlike energy. Matter of fact, because Carnelian helps to calm anger, you know what I'm saying? So on the reversal of promoting the Mars-like energy, it helps to calm anger down. But again, it contains iron. Matter of fact, and this, I had to show the bracelet, the Carnelian. Some of them got little bands in it too, as you can see. opt out. Get close on it. Let's see. I'm trying, y'all. Let's see. Alright, you kind of see it, but anyway. Carnelian, matter of fact, nice combination right here I got. But just a second. Yeah. But Carnelian calms the anger, encourages community. So in essence, encouraging like networking, being neighborly. Not say neighborly, but for lack of a better word, being close to your neighbors, making sure things straight. You know how you be, oh man, I'm gonna watch your house for you, make sure nobody pass, or letting the person know, hey, I saw so and so knock on your door, just letting you know, just in case. Community. Wait, oh, let so and so watch out. Your mama don't want you doing that, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Community. But it encourages community, encourages that vibe. Also promotes vitality, courage, and strength, but especially towards taking care of tasks. As a matter of fact, you'll find that, again, the iron input, mostly red stones do this. Why? Because of the iron. Well, why does iron, make you do that? Well, iron being present, and everything is vibrating, so the vibration of the iron is, quantumly connecting with your body and sending a message to your red blood cells, in essence, to or giving strength, I should say, to your red blood cells to carry more oxygen. Because guess what? How the muscles move and why we're able to, think on point. Is oxygen flow. When you hold your breath and you feel like you could pass out because your brain didn't get no oxygen flow. Same thing. Or when you're working out, it's like, ooh, I need water. I need to replenish the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Well, having these crystals with iron, in them helps to promote the red blood cells of carrying oxygen, allowing the red blood cells to carry more oxygen, and it amplifies the production of red blood cells, but mostly hematite in that area. But mostly, again, all iron crystals are crystals with iron content in them. But you'd always see that promoting vitality, courage, and strength. Again, that root chakra area. The root chakra is red. Red, iron, all that coincides together. Also, Carnelian helps uplift the emotions. Matter of fact, as well as it's going to be dealing with the sacral chakra, dealing with that area, but it has that, that sunny disposition, somewhat like a citrine, in essence, kind of picking you up and giving you that, because again, the sacral chakra deals with emotions, how you feeling emotion. Are you feeling good emotion? Are you feeling like, so that Carnelian helps to balance those emotions and help uplift. Carnelian also deals with the PMS symptoms for the females as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus again, it has iron content, so it's gonna help with the replenishing of red blood cells and the carrying of oxygen through the red blood cells as well. For that situation. I wouldn't say Carnelian as much as hematite for anemia. Like if you're losing so much iron, you got anemia in essence. You definitely want to work with hematite, I would say, first and foremost. But Carnelian will help aid in that area though as well. Because matter of fact, they used to use Carnelian for like a crystal to keep around, like for like with stopping blood flow and stuff like that. Like almost like on some surgical table type of instrument type of thing. That's what Carnelian was used for too, dealing with the blood. Carnelian also used for practical problem solving. Again, the iron in it. Iron being pumped. The oxygen is pumping to the brain more, so you're able to be more practical in your problem solving. Be able to use the brain at its maximum capacity. And remember, it's about using the brain and not letting it use you. It's working from the heart. The heart, picture the heart sitting on top of the brain with a remote control doing like this. That's what you want going on. Basically. But also, Carnelian deals with fertility and sex drive. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of females, especially when I'm selling Carnelian, some females like, oh, I don't need that Carnelian. You know what I'm saying? Because they might have, they might have them a little family already, and they like, we have enough of family members. We don't need no extra fertility in our life, But it definitely deals with fertility and sex drive. Not pushing it to make it overbearing, but giving it a little boost, while also balancing it out. Because again, Carnelian deals with emotions, so you could put emotions, sexual emotions, and it gets rid of negativity. So it's, think about all these aspects going together too. Like if it takes away negativity, do this and do that, then you could mix them all together and think about that it's helping, the aspect of all that. So it's not just boosting the sex drive as much as it's giving like emotional sexual healing, as well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like past trauma sexual that you may need to transmute, that Carnelian could help with. Carnelian also stimulates the absorption of vitamins and minerals into the small intestines. Again, these crystals, just by having them on you, the vibration of it, is interacting with our innards, the cells, and our innards and the cells within our body. Everything is vibrating, and so as well as the cells within us, and they basically just communicate, like sending vibrations and sending certain little messages to create little certain to spark what I was gonna say, like certain reactions. I was gonna say reaction, but just to spark certain actions or whatever. I'm just leave it at that. Trying to use find a bigger word for the situation. I spoke on promoting healthy. Matter of fact, well, I didn't say that particularly, but it does promote healthy blood in general. But again, the iron promoting the oxygen flow in the blood and producing more, helping for the red blood cell production in general. And Carnelian also stimulates the metabolism and alleviates rheumatism, rheumatoid, like the joint pains and stuff like that, which sometimes could get very severe, So you definitely want to deal with Carnelian for that situation. Then you got the Onyx, the black Onyx, which I don't have none on this, but I got the black Onyx beads, the shiny. Yeah. Do I have some? Yeah, shiny black beads. But the Onyx is matter of fact a chalcedony that contains iron and manganese, And manganese, I forgot manganese or magnesium. I think it's manganese. And two, think about it, like you could start seeing how things mix together. In essence, iron deep dark red sometimes, manganese sometimes turn things pinkish color, but manganese also, I think in like a solid form, could be like black or whatever too. So knowing those situations, and again, manganese has a certain vibration. You eat manganese, like you eat foods with it. So if you're carrying a crystal that's high in the vibration of manganese, it's still going to provide the same type of nutrients that, that the foods that manganese have as well, So think about that. Again, same thing like with the iron or copper, copper bracelets are like malachite and chrysocolla and turquoise and covalite and what is it, Shattuckite? I think I said that right. But all the little, copper-based crystals, you know what I'm saying? Dioptase, give that copper vibration. But Onyx, matter of fact, and again, sometimes could form, as SardOnyx, and you also have it in a marble form, where it's like most of it looks like a limestone with like a lot of yellow calcite and aragonite. Matter of fact, you've probably seen those type of pyramids. I had one recently, but it's not that type of onyx. This is, SardOnyx. So it's like a sard for Carnelian and onyx. SardOnyx, Carnelian onyx, basically. And again, encourages self-realization. Helping you to become your greatest version and move more on your spiritual path, taking it a little more serious, realizing that, it's not about the ego, which was funny though. That's what speaking more to self-realization, but the Onyx actually helps to it promotes a healthy ego, so to speak. Matter of fact, Onyx and two, which you probably have seen in a lot of crystal charts dealing with zodiac signs or whatever, but definitely a Capricorn crystal or a crystal dealing with Saturn worship. And we're about to see, as I talk about some of these aspects, you're gonna see how all these things always just correlate, as above, so below, down to the energy of a planet, down to crystal, down to actual zodiac sign. It's just all embodied in the same energies. But it promotes the pursuit of your own goals. And reason why it's like, of your own goals. A lot of us persuaded easy by other people's ideas and schemes. Like, hey, bro, you know what I think we should do? Like, and you're not strong enough to stand up and say like, well, no, man, I don't, I want to think more about myself and more what I'm trying to get done, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just always trying to be, or letting outsiders influence, your sole purpose to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about what your inner heart says, and not being easily encouraged or influenced by others when it comes to dealing with the pursuit of your goals. So that's one thing it helps with for sure. Also fortifies self-confidence and responsibility. So for sure, fortifies self-confidence, in which that's gonna be that root chakra along with the sacral and solar plexus. But that fortification, the root chakra is that fortification, that foundation. You know what I'm saying? That Malkut, the bottom sephirot on the tree of life. Like to a certain extent represented by the Masonic pillars, but not really. But it is that foundation. But also it deals with responsibility. I know a planet that deals with responsibility and a zodiac sign that deals with work, responsibility. Gotta make sure this, gotta make sure, I'm taking care of things within this time frame. Chronos, responsibility, structure, boundaries. That's what that Onyx deal with. So it's very Saturn energy, to it as well. And then again, I spoke on this. We got an asterisk by it to remember to speak on it. The healthy ego, but too, like, cause a lot of us, in which I gotta do a separate video about that. We've been duped or bamboozled into thinking, spiritual nature or being close to source is about being extremely like nice, to where you get run over, you know what I'm saying? Or like just extremely nice to like just like just lying down for any and all things, and that's definitely not true. And also like where, because we are in this physical form, we are here to express ourselves on a physical, on a physical plane. So in the essence, in a physical manner. So that's where the taming the ego comes in, because you have to have some type of ego to identify as a unique vibration in order to, deliver, your message, because I could sit here and say, I am source, I am all at all times, and just never add nothing to the mix. I'm just like, I am all, and that's not why I'm here. If that was the case, I would be floating, I would be in the ether, being all at the same time. Like, cause yes, even in this bodysuit, I am all. You know what I'm saying? But it's again, it's some ego that goes into our existence on the physical plane. But again, we have to find a different word for this, cause again, it's not the, you got the ego that's like separate, like that identifies like with the physical and taking you away from your spirit. But then you just got the fact of like being like that, confident about yourself, or like, say for instance, universal frequencies, that in essence is an ego. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it is an identity that to a certain extent is an ego. But now, do I let universal frequencies just like, oh yes, I'm separate from all of you, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? That is about that part of balancing the ego. But again, Onyx deals with promoting a healthy ego, and in essence too was pretty cool, more willing to get in a dispute if necessary. You know what I'm saying? So it's not promoting disputes, but it's just making sure that, if somebody is crossing your path and coming at you in the wrong way, just making sure you're not just whimpering and just taking it, you know what I'm saying, when you don't have to. Like, it's all right to speak up. What you think swords do whenever humans fucking up on Earth? You know, excuse my diction, you know what I'm saying? It steps up to the plate and sends some fucking hurricanes and some floods and shit. And I gotta speak on that because, again, y'all, that goody two shoes aspect of God gotta be rinsed away. Like, of course, it's a divine essence, but you know, it's more than just that perspective. You know what I'm saying? You know, and of course, it is about walking in the light, but you can walk in the light without ignoring the full aspect of source. You know, that's what a lot of people too fail to realize. Like, it's like, oh, but if I embrace it, I'm evil now, cause it's like, source is everything. I always tell people, and it make people feel uncomfortable, but they can't deny it if they're gonna sit there and call source everything. Source is the child molester and the child being molested. It's the slave and the slave owner. You know, it's the light and the dark. You know, it's the positive and the negative. You know, it's all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just moving more in the divine light of source. But it's not to say that Donald Trump not so. Donald Trump is so. As Donald Trump is an indirect way of the dark night of the soul to wake you up. So what the dark night of the soul is, when we go through shit, go look at one of my dark night of the soul videos. I probably got more than one. But like when you're going through stuff, and it's like, in that moment you could say like, oh man, God is just completely evil. But no, it's bringing you through things that's better for your spirit, for your soul. You know what I'm saying? So it's bigger on that level. And I digress because I forgot where I was headed with that. You know what I'm saying? But now speaking on the healthy ego, and about necessary disputing and stuff like that. But again, Onyx does you know, basically just promote that healthy ego. Because again, the root chakra, you know, you could just sit and, you know, get your manna, aka the bread, aka the prana or the Christ seed, all that, you know, goes up to the medulla, you know, that you could feed on. You could feed on that, you know what I'm saying? You could not have to deal with the physical if you're capable of it. But since a lot of us are dealing with the physical, you know, you might want to make sure you're grounded and make sure you're taking care, you know, the shelter, you know, food, clothing, you know, taking care of yourself, hygiene-wise. All this go into the root chakra, you know, taking care of your bodysuit, you know. I would love to be back in the vibrational form, you know, chilling in the astral planes, but part of me is in here locked in this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Gotta enjoy it and make things happen, make the best of it. But I'm almost done anyway, cause I be going on tangents. That's when you could tell I'm back though, whenever I'm just floating through information. It's like so much flowing as I'm talking to y'all too. But also analytical thought. So Onyx helps with analytical thought, logic, concentration improvement. And it somewhat speaks to what I was talking about earlier with Carnelian and the iron energy, but also just the grounding energy too from Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like that Mama Earth vibration. You know, of like the earthy materials within the Onyx. It's like creates that grounding vibration. You know, to ground that electrical surge that's in the body and allow for information to be you know, to be, again, deciphered in essence, you know, almost like bringing those high vibrations into the physical form and bring the high vibrations down in a manner to be able to interpret them. I was trying to get that out. But yeah, definitely good for analytical thought, logic, or concentration improvement. And also root chakra, last but not least. And I kind of spoke on this already, you know, indirectly, you know, great for the root chakra, that vitality, you know, and again, because it's both Carnelian and Onyx, you know, the SardOnyx is going to embody, you know, both the Carnelian and the Onyx vibration. So everything I told you for Carnelian and everything I told you for Onyx applies to this one crystal. So it's pretty cool. So if you like the characteristics of all the things that I just spoke on, you might want to get you a piece of SardOnyx. Hey Universal, where can I get me some SardOnyx? Good question. Because a lot of people ask me these questions, and it's like, sometimes I don't even know how to answer them in the essence of, like, it be people, we don't stay in the same place. I don't order my crystals online. Like that's where y'all start to realize, like, well, like, all right, like, he really does allow a lot of magic to happen. Like, I allow a lot of things to come to me, like with crystals and mushrooms. Like, it's just like one of them things. Well, when it's time, it's time. Now, crystals, of course, I'm a little more hands-on with making that manifest. But with stuff like shrooms and other stuff, it's like, universe just take care of me. And I should say I take care of myself, because I am the universe. Don't forget that. Because when we say the universe and source, sometimes I feel like we could get caught back up into the God outside of me aspect thing. And you don't want to go back to that. Yep, I'm in on that. I'll do another video because I want to talk on something else, but I'll make it another video. Peace. Matter of fact, I hope this information, was helpful to y'all again. The Carnelian and the Onyx, lower chakras, and right now is good for us to be grounded, we don't want to be too everywhere, and too also Onyx is great for protection from negativity. That's another thing. I wrote down a lot of aspects that I figured I would either I wanted to make a point to talk on, or that I wouldn't remember as I would speak on them. But because the obvious, but that's why I didn't write down negativity. It protects from negativity as well on a very strong level. Carnelian too. So they both very strong protectors, keeping you away from the negativity. But peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.